Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Dr. Muhammad Ashraf bin Rostam from the Department of Nutrition Sciences, and today on the capacity of the Management Representative and also the Deputy Chairman of KAHS Safety, Health and Environment Committee, I will be presenting to you on the Kulliyyah Safety Briefing. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you new students, and hopefully the Kulliyyah of Allied Health Sciences, or we fondly call as KAHS, will be your second home or your new home. And inshallah, because of that, we would love that this new home of yours would be a place that is comfortable, safe, and has a good environment for you to undergo your learning experience, inshallah. Because of that, safety, health, and environment is our responsibility, and we want you to be able to have a wonderful, positive experience throughout your whole years of study. Because of that, this particular briefing would be looking and highlighting the aspects of safety, health, and environment in KAHS. My presentation will cover on the policies related to safety and health, and a committee that is responsible to monitor these aspects, some of the training and awareness that we conduct, and emergency preparedness that we conduct for everyone, or all the members of KAHS to be prepared of any emergencies, and the process of incident investigation about environmental sustainability, and also some of the SOPs or standard operating procedures that we adopt with regards to the recent pandemic COVID-19. So hopefully all of you would be able to gain as much as benefit with regards to all this. When we mention about safety, it is always being combined together with three areas, which is health, safety, and environment. And they often call it as HSE, health, safety, and environment. So in KAHS, we have established a policy to cater and monitor these three areas. This is the KAHS policy on health, safety, and environment, where we aim to achieve excellence in managing HSE. Specifically, we are committed towards compliance with applicable HSE regulations. So those regulations and guidelines that has been published by the Malaysian government and also other agencies that are authority towards HSE monitoring. We also aim to protect the environment, including prevention of pollution and sustainable resource use, papers, electric, water, so on and so forth. We aim to prevent human injury, ill health, property damage, and environmental pollution. As you know, KAHS students deal with a lot of chemicals and sharp materials, so on and so forth. So we aim to protect students and staff from injury, and also continual improvement of the HSE management system. So this is briefly regarding this policy. This document is being pasted in offices in the departments, and also you can read this in the KAHS website. The committee that is specifically responsible towards overseeing this particular safety, health, and environment is called KAHS, or the KAHS Safety, Health, Environment Committee. And this committee consists of the chairman, who is also our dean, and me as the deputy chairman. There are also other staffs as being shown here in the organization. And someone who is very important, I think, for you to know is the safety liaison officer, Brother Azrael, where I'll introduce you to him because he would be the person to monitor or to report on any incident that occurs in the Kulliyyah. So these are also the employer representative, consisting of the head of departments and also the employee representative from each of the department in KAHS. Among the activities that we do is we conduct training and awareness programs for students and staffs. For example, we conduct CPR courses, chemical management training for those science officers, the technicians, MLTs, and so on and so forth. We have PPE and safety training to the staffs, so that they can deliver training to the students. Another subtopic is with regards to emergency preparedness and response. We believe that it is important for all the members of the Kulliyyah to be prepared to respond towards any incident. So we have the ERT, Emergency Response Team, to prepare for this. And these are the people or the staffs who are involved. And I would like to focus or highlight on the evacuation team leader, Brother Abdul Fattah Ibrahim, a senior member in KAHS, and he is responsible towards planning if there is emergency, how we evacuate the building. The SLO, as I mentioned before, this is his contact number. It is important for you to know to record or to store his number. In any case of emergency, you can call these people. The general emergency procedure is that first you should alert the ERT team that I've shown you in the previous slide and inform them. During working hours, please call one of them, for example, Brother Fattah or Brother Azrael, where they will respond towards the specific issue. If outside of working hours, you can directly call the Office of Security Management, or we call them as AWESOME, using this number to report on the situation. The action after that would be the ERT team will respond towards specific issues or events. For example, if there's chemical spillage or food poisoning, they will have a specific procedure to conduct. And then evacuation will commence as directed by the ERT team. This is another list of emergency contact. As I mentioned about AWESOME, you can call them with the number of 095705555, and their KPI is that within less than 3 ringing tones, they will pick up your call. So I've always tested this, and there's never beyond 3 ringing tones that they will pick up the call. So highlighted. So AWESOME will liaise you with the police or bomber or the hospital. So please call AWESOME and not directly calling the bomber in case of fire, etc. So this is the evacuation procedure. You may also find this being pasted in your departments. I will not go through in depth in this particular briefing. So we also have conducted a few times on the emergency evacuation route test, looking at the most efficient routes for evacuation of the KAHS building. We also have conducted KAHS evacuation drills to see whether these routes are manageable and are effective. So there are several assembly points, 4 to be specific, and these are marked by signposts. So when you enter KAHS, you will see these signposts. So in open areas, for example, in the parking lots, there are assembly points number 1 and 2. And in other areas also, once you get to KAHS, you will see there's the assembly points. In places around KAHS, we have pasted the evacuation route specifically in each floor. So there are person responsible to monitor this, and I think it's better for you when you reach KAHS, you can look at these maps and layouts to see where is the routes to evacuate when you are on that particular floor. So if you go near to the lift, you may see this planned route. Okay, in case of there are incidents that occurs in KAHS, or there are near-miss incidents, meaning that potential incidents that could occur but did not occur. So what are the things that you should do? So here we would want to have your cooperation to report on any potential incidents or incidents that occurred. So a notification includes on events or accidents, near miss, unsafe act, and unsafe conditions. So accidents are unplanned events where it can cause injury or to the people or damage to properties. Near miss means those events that did not result in injury but can be potential to do so. Unsafe acts are performance or task of activities that is conducted in a manner that can threaten or the health or safety of a worker. An unsafe condition are a situation that it can is not directly caused by that action but has the potential to lead to incidents or injury. I'll show you this particular diagram which can somehow give you the meaning of these four conditions. So if you can see that unsafe condition, for example here there is this tool on top of a person working downstairs. So this particular tool creates an unsafe working condition. So in these cases, you can report to the SLO or Safety Liaison Officer, Brother Azril. Unsafe act is where that person is really beneath that particular tool and accidents have not happened, but this is an unsafe act and this needs to be reported. Near miss is, for example, when a person crosses that particular tool and then he kicked it off and it nearly knocked on the head of that particular person working downstairs. But Alhamdulillah, nothing happened. So this is a near miss, needs to be reported. An accident obviously is something that everyone knows needs to be reported. So all these four aspects of incidents needs to be reported to the SLO. Now, what are the procedures? So please directly report to the SLO, and the SLO will help you to lodge an online report to OSHB or the Office of Safety and Health Building and Environment. And the examples of incident includes dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning, and environmental incident. This is Brother Azril. You can save this number in case of any incident to be reported. Even in the website, you can also find these forms, but it's okay that as the SO is there for to help you to report the incidents. So what happens to the reports? The report will be sent to OSHB and then will be checked and sent back to the Dean for approval, and then an investigation will be conducted to identify the root cause, and preventive action and plan will then be determined and will be conducted so that these kind of incidents does not happen again. So with regards to environmental sustainability, we have planned out a few activities to ensure that we create a sustainable environment. So among those that we have done is that use of recycled paper. So in departments and in the lab, we encourage for recycle of papers as shown here. So reuse of paper is using those papers again. Recycled papers are being sent to the recycling bodies to be converted into other useful materials. These are among the pictures of the recycle program, and we encourage you to participate. We have recycled bins in the center compound of KAHS. Once you reach here, you will see. Among others, it's also about energy saving. We have pasted reminders for us to always turn off the electricity once you are not using it. So finally, I'll brief to you some of the standard operating procedures with regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. We have a specific 15 pages of SOP which we will email to you, and you need to sign and fill in a declaration form that you have read through this SOP and send it back to the head of department. So we will ask the departments to provide you with this declaration form, and this is especially useful for you once you enter KAHS, and you need to understand all this and put down your signature. So I will not cover all of the areas or all of the sections in the SOP. I hope that you can read and understand, but I'll just briefly mention what are those highlights inside this particular SOP. So we will cover a bit on the entry to KAHS. I'll show you a demo video on hand washing, and disinfection of the facilities needs to be done once on the end of the day. So the department will organize which particular group of students that needs to disinfect the room. So usually it would be those class that is using at the last schedule in that particular day. So the department will manage this, but I would want you to know that you are responsible also to help every one of us to disinfect, so that the next morning the class will be clean for the use of other people. You need to wear face mask in confined and closed and crowded areas in KAHS. So it is advisable to wear it every time you enter the building. And so we will also show you the proper way of face mask disposal and also coughing technique. So these are the three important things to do before entering KAHS. You may only enter via the main lobby, and you need to screen your body temperature and then scan the MySejahtera QR code. Once you are okay, your temperature is less than 37.5, then you are allowed to enter KAHS to go through your teaching and learning activities. It is important for you to always maintain physical distancing and also frequently sanitize your hands. So this is a proper way to wash your hands using running water and also soap. In situation where there is no running water and soap, you may also use alcohol to sanitize your hands, and this is the proper way to do it. So here is an infographic showing how to dispose of your face mask. Always make sure that you remove the mask accordingly. Fold it, the contaminated part inwards, meaning the blue surface inwards, and then wrap it in a tissue paper or a plastic bag before disposing it in the bins. So make sure you don't dispose it without putting it into a suitable tissue paper or plastic bag, and then wash your hands again, and that should be the proper way of using it. Never dispose it in a recycling bin. So in case of you coughing or sneezing, make sure that you cover with a tissue or handkerchief, or once you are using a face mask, and make sure you are distanced away from crowd. And if you at that particular moment you don't have this tissue or handkerchief, use your sleeves to cough into. So not coughing directly onto your palms. And throw the tissue in the clinical waste bin. And lastly, you wash or sanitize your hands. That's all of it. Hopefully you enjoy your stay in KAHS and you adhere to all the regulations, and please make sure you are safe and always follow the SOP of COVID-19. With that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.